There's one man who's always smiling, North Melbourne veteran Drew Petrie. Drew, thanks for popping by. Due to play your 300th game this year, what's the mindset as you head into 2016, particularly given where North Melbourne sits as a club?
Yeah, we've got a side that's played okay the last 2 years and need to take that next step, has been spoken about. So early in the season, really important for us to put a lot of wins on the board. We've had to win pretty much 80% of our games in the second half of the year over the last 2 seasons, so we need to shop early and make sure that we can try and get a top 4 spot.
Is there a sense that it's now or never and that this is your time to strike?
I don't think it's as blunt as that, because footy sides always prepare 3 and 4 years ahead, so they'll have plans in place once this current group of players is gone. If you didn't do that, then you'd fall flat on your face as a club. So they'll be prepared for what the side looks like in the years ahead. But I guess there's a lot of us now around an age that, and given the form that we've had the last couple of years, we need to carry out what we're capable of.
And so, therefore, with players, as you say, on the wrong side of 30, do you need to implement a bit of a succession plan, similar to what Geelong's done, where you ease a few out a couple of years at a time rather than you all go at once? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, you can't just get rid of, I think there might be 7 or 8 of us over the age of 30. You can't get rid of us all at the same time, because that way you lose experience and I guess you rely upon guys who might not quite be ready. So it'll be done over a gradual period. I'm not sure who'll be the first to be culled, but the next couple of years we'll see a vastly different North Melbourne side.
As I said, the 300th milestone is on the horizon, which is an amazing achievement, but it kind of gets dulled a little bit by Brent Harvey and the spotlight that'll be shone on him this year. Can you learn things from him about extending and prolonging your career, or is he just a freak of nature?
No, you can. You're never too old to learn, and Brent's a great role model for me to look up to still. I got the chance to live with Brent when I was in my 2nd and 3rd years at North Melbourne, and continue to watch him and to see what he does. He is a meticulous preparer. He trains every single session. He's not someone that's off to the side doing his own thing. He's always training, always doing the running work in this time of year with the pre-season. So it just goes and sends a lesson still to me at 33 that completing every session is one of the most important things to do. And then once you've finished the training, that getting into the gym and recovering with massage and things like that, you've just got to continually do those things to give yourself every chance to play for as long as you can, and he does that.
Would it be ridiculous to suggest that this year isn't categorically his last?
Not really. It's a big word, that, ridiculous. It's not ridiculous at all, Sarah. I think the last 6 contracts he's signed have been all 1-yearers, so people have been writing him off for a long time. He'll go for as long as possible, and he's done that. He doesn't speak of retirement. He doesn't speak about what might come next. He just wants to win another premiership, and I think once he gets to achieve that, then something might come next.
The fact that you guys have been able to perform in September, I mean, that's been one of the strengths of this group, that you've got there and almost stunned everyone by being able to win those big matches. Does that give you a lot of confidence, knowing that you just need another one and then you're there at the big dance?
Yeah, I think that over the last 2 years, prior to these, 14 and 15, we hadn't won interstate, we hadn't beaten top 4 sides, but in the last 2 years we've been able to do that a lot more. So when it comes time to play on the big stage, we've been comfortable that we can win these finals. And going back to 2014, we just got over the line against Essendon, felt great the next week against Geelong, and then leading into 2015, we felt great from the first week of the final. So the bigger games, winning interstate and winning the finals, sits well with us in the last couple of years since we've been able to do it.
A big part of how successful you can be this year, it appears, would be the form of Todd Goldstein, who was just magnificent last year, obviously breaking the league hit-out record. How good can he be?
I think he's been around for 8 years now. He's still got improvement in him. From where he's started to where he is now, he's been absolutely outstanding. He was really raw when he started at North Melbourne. Didn't really have the timing when he was running to take contested marks. His ruck work was really new, and he's done a truckload of work to get to where he is now. What's enabled him to become such a great player is his aerobic ability. He can play close to 3.5 quarters of a game without needing a rest or too much time on the bench. So having a really good tank means that he can play more time on the ground and run his the other ruckman off their legs.
Speaking of having a big tank, which is something at the moment it seems like all players across the league are going to need to have with the interchange cap, you're one of a number of key forwards that have shedded the kilos over the summer. Is that a real focus for the big guys of the comp?
Yeah, it sounds like it has been. I watched the program last night and saw Tommy Hawkins speaking about that. Nick Riewoldt as well, hearing that he's done the same thing. And I think we all just want to keep up with the game. I don't think the game's going to slow down or wait for anybody. And that's been my aim over the summer, is to lose a bit of weight. I'm probably 3 kilos lighter now than where I was last season. I did start at about 5 kilos back, but I've put a bit of strength back on, given we've done 3 months of weights. So just being able to run the length of the ground. Brad Scott's expectations of us forwards is still to be able to run up and down the ground all day. So I think it's a bit of a trend we're seeing.
Daniel Wells, he's managed just 12 games in the past 2 years. Realistically, if his body holds up, can he be that X factor for this side?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we played an intra-club game a couple of weeks ago now, and he kicked 4 goals in the first half, and moved over the ground really well. And I expect Daniel will come back to play this week against Collingwood up in Wagga. So we'll see him out on the park against some genuine opposition. And people are speaking about who are the good new recruits at North Melbourne, and who's going to brain it this year, and then people often forget about Wellesley, and I see Wellesley as one of our best new recruits, given that he hasn't played much in the last couple of years.
Okay, just finally, has Frank the Tank been shelved momentarily?
Yeah, he has, Sarah. You won't see Frank. He's in hibernation and probably won't come out until maybe the last Saturday in September, when, if we ever salute in a premiership, you might see that again, but that'll be the only time.
Good stuff. Thanks, Drew. Well, North Melbourne and Collingwood face off on Fox Footy Channel 504, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That is on Saturday. Drew, thanks so much for popping by. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Sarah.